Show you a map of all the countries that celebrate Christmas on January 7th. Ethiopia is the southernmost one, and it's a very surprising addition to the list, at least for me, and for that reason I'm very interested in this topic. Okay, next up on our list is Holy Trinity Cathedral, right here in Addis Ababa. Now here's the thing, the majority religion in Ethiopia is Ethiopian Orthodox Christianity. As we know, Orthodox people celebrate Christmas on January 7th. If I show you a map of all the countries that celebrate Christmas on January 7th, Ethiopia is the southernmost one, and it's a very surprising addition to the list, at least for me, and for that reason I'm very interested in this topic. So we entered the big complex here, and we were told by a very friendly guy, when you go in the church, you gotta take off your shoes. He said, if somebody offers to take your shoes for you, don't give them your shoes, they're just gonna extort you for money. So keep your shoes with you. So we walked in the church, with our shoes in hand, and massive, kind of straight column to the front where there's the altar behind some steel gates. Big, impressive, strong church, and we learned that women sit on the right and men sit on the left. So Ivana was sitting away from me.
Right.
Now we saw the priest who was walking down the aisle, and he was a very talkative guy. And he came to us and he was curious about we're from Canada and what we're doing here and how we like Ethiopia. And so ultimately he says, come with me to the front, we'll go behind the gates. Because behind the steel gates where the altar is, some beautiful paintings on the ceiling. And so we went back there with him. We were standing right beneath a huge chandelier. He was telling us the history about the paintings up top, which are depicting important events in Ethiopian history, because Ethiopia was occupied by Italy during World War II, not colonized, but occupied. And so some of the artwork in the church depicts that. We saw the last king and queen's thrones, which is Haile Selassie. We also saw the last king and queen of Ethiopia's tombs. It was a really fantastic time with the priest. It was such a surprise. We didn't expect that. And then next thing you know, he's showing us TikTok videos on his phone, laughing it up. He's beating on a drum. He's teaching us a bunch of Ethiopian words. I believe the drum he was hitting is called the lalabella. So I gotta be honest, this was one of the best experiences in Ethiopia so far. We always like going to churches because they're so powerful and so grand. And to be fair, we are not Orthodox, but we're connected by Christians, and we just like going to churches, mosques, temples. And the priest was so kind. I loved it. It was really, really great. So for me, Holy Trinity Cathedral is a must.